Hi, Object Show friendos. Hope you're doing well, taking care of yourselves, feeling awesome, or as awesome as you can possibly feel. It's so good to be back and see you all again. I've missed you. Honestly, it's been. It feels like it's been a year, but it's only been a couple of weeks. But listen, vacation was super fun. I had such a wonderful time being back home. Got to just decompress and switch off from real life work stuff for a while and just eat all the food I haven't eaten in a while, drink all this stuff I haven't drank in a while, get to visit places I haven't visited in a while, and hang out with my family. And it was nice. We all had a really good time. Me, wife, and kiddo, absolutely awesome time. And we took a special guest along with us, and to be honest, she dictated most of the trip. Some of you who check on my posts here on YouTube will have seen some of these pictures already. But yes, we did take Pencil along. But Pencil did invite some friends now and again as well, because she can be nice when she wants to be. So she did invite Bryce along to Newcastle with us. Bryce was very nonplussed about the whole situation, but he came along regardless. And then Pencil went to York. Pencil also took a trip to my hometown of Bishop Auckland, and really enjoyed nice little countryside views there. And then Pencil and Flower took a trip to Durham. So it was very nice. It was great. I just like, it's so nice to go back and visit places I haven't visited in a while, and obviously see people I haven't seen in a while. But it's the places, the history and the architecture, and I was like, I honestly, when you grow up in a certain place, you take it for granted. So it was really wonderful to walk around those old streets again, and like even my hometown, which I'm pretty mean to my hometown quite often, but honestly, I grew up where. So that's the top right picture. That's the viaduct, the big bridge. My street is around the back of this bridge. Literally, the street where Pencil's facing, she's looking at my street, up my street. So I lived right next to this, and I really didn't really make the most of it when I was, well, I did. I used to walk down there all the time, but it's something you really don't think too much about. But when you take other people there and they're like, "You grew up here," but it was good. It was a good time. Got to decompress, like I say, but I am so happy to be back. One thing I will say, geez, our flight got cancelled twice. We meant to come back on Sunday. I had to scramble so much when we got back on Tuesday, because I'm like, well, I've got to get all stuff ready for this episode, and I have to get screenshots and get videos sorted and clips, and strap yourselves in, because this is probably going to be a bit of a long one, because even though the Object Show creator community was pretty nice to me while we were away, only 2 big episodes of things came out and 1 small thing came out, and like, I was expecting like 5-6 things to be trying to cover, so they didn't do it on my behalf, but in the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just pretend they did it, because they were like, let's cut Mikey some slack and do him a favor so he doesn't have to talk for 4 hours. Definitely going to be an hour though, at least, because, oh boy, there's some big stuff to talk about. So let's get cracking, shall we? Oh, before we do get cracking, actually, one of the things I bought while we were here was this. I didn't get too much for myself while we were here, but I did get myself this Steven Universe shirt, which I like. I mean, I probably could have got this in a few other places. So most of my money was spent on food I wanted to eat and drinks I wanted to drink that I haven't for a while. So I didn't get too much in the way of physical things. Well, I did get a Tails keychain as well, and I got a little badge that says "Mental Health Matters," which I also posted in the post. But other than that, I didn't really get much. Kiddo and the wife got more than I did. All right, now let's get cracking on Object Show stuff. All right, let's start with Cheesy, shall we? And Cheesy hit 200,000 subscribers while we were away. Big congrats to Cheesy on hitting that one. I was watching for a while. I was like, this is sneaking up. It's getting closer and closer and closer. 200's going to happen. And then the day we left, I was like, 200k is going to happen while we're away. So this is going to be a belated congrats on that one. But good job, Cheesy. Cheesy also did give us some updates on... I've been pronouncing it wrong. It's pronounced Paraguay. Like the country. I was pronouncing it wrong this whole time. I feel like such a goof now. But there was some Paraguay updates. There's going to be 12 parts to the series. There's been 4 episodes of Paraguay so far. Cheesy said it's going to be done by the end of 2026. So that's the long game plan for that one. So that's going to carry us. That's our cheesy content until the end of next year. There's also some merch on the go. That's it's one of those ones where it's a kind of a fundraise. You know, when you've got to have so many people who will commit to purchase it before they actually get made. The merch does look really cool. In all honesty, it does look really nifty. I will post a link to the merch page so you can go check it out if you want. But there's some really cool looking stuff in there. And if it comes to pass, maybe I'll have a look at it. But I've blasted so much money lately. I probably can't really commit to it. But there is a bundle too. You can get all the things for a pretty decent price. So, yeah, Paraguay merch might be coming as well. So that's good old cheesy update. We also got an update from derpadon. It's time for the 9 comes out on August 31st, which is tomorrow, by my reckoning. And it's always funny because I record these on a Friday, so I've got to act like it's going to be tomorrow, even though it's 2 days away. But it is tomorrow by the time you see this video. I'm super excited for this one. Have not had the chance to catch up and watch 1 to 8 again. I'm going to have to try and squeeze that in sometime. I might have already done it by the time this video comes out. If not, I'm going to have to do it today, as in the day this video comes out. Are you keeping up with me? Does time make sense? Funny that I should say that, considering it's time for it's time for and it's supposed to buy a clock. But you know, time is whatever. What does time even mean? Anyway, super exciting. Really, really can't wait to see what's going to happen in that one, because episode 8 was really, there was all kinds of shenanigans going on in episode 8. Things took a big turn. It's like 1 to 7 were very off the wall, strange, weird, but just funny and just goofy. There was some undertones of things going on story wise, but then 8 just totally flipped everything around. It's like, I don't know what's going on anymore. So I need to rewatch it and see if I can pick up on a few things I didn't pick up on last time. But keep your eyes peeled. That's coming out tomorrow. Alright, over to Function and Sparky now, creator of Problems and Solutions. And they are, well, this was a while ago. They do have a crew call out. I should see if this is still open. But they are looking for storyboarders, animators, background prop artists. I will, if the call's still open, I will put the link in the description. If anybody is interested in checking that out, please do note, you've got to be 18 plus to apply for these opportunities. But they're obviously trying to build the team up. It's always a positive sign when anybody is doing expansions on their team, because you know that means they're really trying to push forwards and get things done, move things forward, and positivity, and get shows out. Maybe not even about getting done faster, but just having more hands on deck to help with stuff. It allows the creators to have a bit more ambition and maybe put some more time into writing stuff rather than working on the actual animating and all that kind of stuff. So exciting times in the Problem Solutions. All right, over to Fusion Animations now, and Fusion did drop TDOS Remastered episode 1 not too long ago, and I didn't really need to do a deep dive on this one because it's less than 2 minutes long, because TDOS season 1 was just super short. I think the whole thing was 10 minutes long, just under. So this first one, what can I say? It's a really smooth looking remaster. It looks pretty nifty. It's really good. The voice acting's been updated. And there might be a few little things that hint to future story plot points a bit more than maybe we saw before. There's a couple of things I might have noticed in there, but I'm not going to throw my hat into that discussion quite yet. But it was really good first episode. Fusion did say that I think the plan was to get maybe all of it out at once, but because of other things going on and being busy and working on Object Invasion 6 as well, by the way. I'm still pointing the wrong direction. How many times have I done this now? Object Invasion 6. So, TDOS Remastered will all come out, I'm pretty sure. I think next month sometime. But we do have Object Invasion 6 on September the 5th, which is next week. So it's going to be a fun time next week because that's already two episodes of things that have been confirmed to be coming out over the next week. And believe you me, there's more. Yeah. But September the 5th is the Friday, so I will not have time to discuss that in next week's episode. That's going to have to wait till the week after. I'm going to get a whole week to process this one. But yes, the Battle Royale that started in episode 6 will be wrapping up. And also, as Fusion says in this post, it's the longest episode yet. I don't know whether to be scared about that fact or look forward to it. I'm going to go with both. I'm going to be scared and excited. Okay, we also got an update from iFath17, creator of Oak. This little fun poll that just said, Oak 3 next month. I nearly picked you, Lazy Bum, but I don't think that's fair to people who put so much work and effort into their shows, so I just went, yeah! I'm excited for this one. I mean, how many times am I going to say this? You know what I'm like at this point, if you've been hanging around for enough of these episodes. I'm just generally excited. And Oak 3, after those first two episodes, and the intrigue we got at the end of episode 2, it's going to be delicious. It's going to be delicious. I cannot wait, but I can wait. I can totally wait. I have other things I can do. I don't want to rush anybody. I've got to stop saying I can't wait because it really makes it sound like I am impatient. But I'm not. I can totally wait. It could be September the 30th. That would be totally fine. But still, give me that Oak though. So, the reason I said about Fusion having that longest episode of Object Invasion yet, whether to be scared or excited, is because now it's time to do the Jack and Jellyfy update. And what came out the day we went on holiday? BFDIA 22. I'm the main character. Which was the second half of the tour episode of that they showed during the final 3 dates of the BFDII tour. So the tour episodes generally have a chunk more in them, and it's like lots of yay stuff for the fans to get excited about in the theaters and stuff. BFDIA 22 had so much stuff in it. I have written a flippin' essay about this damn episode. Not that I'm complaining. I really enjoyed it. From the second, and here's the thing. We always knew that Leafy was going to be voted host because they had been supplanting her into a few episodes, building up to that vote coming through. I was like, okay, they put Leafy in our brains on purpose. I didn't vote for Leafy, by the way. I voted for Teardrop, because I thought that would be kind of funny. But Leafy was always, it always seemed like the clear and obvious choice. So I just want to get that straight out there. So, let's dive into this episode. There's so many things. There's so many back and forth. There's so many camera cuts between scenes. There's so much stuff. I really did try and condense this, but I couldn't condense it any more than this. Here we go. Spoilers, obviously, as well. Jeez, I nearly forgot my usual spoiler warning. If you haven't watched BFDIA 22 yet, probably best to skip to the next chapter of the video. If you don't want to get spoiled. Although it has been 2 whole weeks. I'm assuming a lot of people have watched it. Still gotta give it the one though. Who knows? Plenty of people might not have got around to it yet. So, the episode starts with the WTFers rebuilding the Goiki Highway Bridge. Because, according to GB, it's their duty to be in the WTF, which is over that bridge. Then the camera pans over to Oilland, where we see Leafy sat next to the HPRC, still looking down in the dumps and a little bit upset because in the previous episode, she had a big reunion with Fiery, and Fiery called her a stranger, and then walked away and just left her standing there, which was super sad. But she does get a message dropped from the TLC that's flying past. I just want to say, by the way, that Leafy smile is the most mischievous thing. And I loved it so much because you could just see straight away, it's like, Oh no, Leafy's going to be an absolute terror in this episode. Oh no, you just know what's coming. But after that, we cut over to Pin and Coiny, who are cleaning up Dream Island again. And then they have another little. It's been so fun watching the Pin Coiny interactions since Coiny sabotaged them both in that previous episode, and then they made up. But it's been so fun watching them have the little playful jabs with each other and stuff. It's so fun. So anyway, they have a little bit of a, hey, you're going to be eliminated. No, you're going to be eliminated. And then the fish monster decides to say, well, let's find out, shall we? And Cake It Stick gets started. So Needlebook and TB are all safe from elimination. And they receive, durian-infused ambrosia. Well, that's what it would be if the fish monster hadn't already eaten it. But I'll tell you what, we have a new line to repeat over and over again.
Yeah. This is a potato.
This is a potato. We've been saying it. Me and my kiddo have been saying it. It's another one of those things just added to the bunch of random lines that we like to repeat. It was so funny. This was just so funny. To be fair though, Needle, did you really want half-digested durian-infused ambrosia? I think I'd have preferred a potato myself, to be honest. So as the elimination is about to be revealed though, Leafy already starts causing chaos by jumping in front of the screen that's showing the votes, blocking the results, and cue a little bit of back and forth between everybody's like, and then we do find out that Pin has indeed been eliminated. And after giving a very impassioned speech about, being a leader and all of that stuff, Coiny gets some more gentle mocking going in there and pulls one of the best Coiny poses I think I've ever seen. This cheeky little menace. I try and stop myself from swearing in these videos, by the way, because I want to keep them at least PG. So every now and again, a swear word nearly slips out my mouth, but I restrain it. I restrain it. That's why I say menace so much. But anyway, Coiny, what a terror. But then he's nice. He reassures Pin that she has become stronger as a person during the show. And she does accept that fact and goes, well, you know what? And now she's kind of free to. She's not bound by the contest anymore. So boop, off she pops. Leafy then asks the fish monster if he wants to be a co-host, and fish monster says, no, very much not, and chomps him down and spits him over to the playground where Leafy and Pin were hanging out in the previous episode. And then Leafy discusses what the plans are. Hooray! It basically includes hanging out with Leafy. Essentially, is what it is. That's basically it. The challenge wheel says it all. Because Leafy got rejected by Fiery, this is Leafy now trying to cling on to anybody that she can. I mean, that's the crux of it. And that's the kind of, as goofy and silly and, over the top this episode is. It's sad because Leafy just does want to make friends, but she's so overly aggressive about it. And she's so determined that she deserves friends that it just doesn't endear people to her, which we see carry on after the BFDI part of the timeline. So it's like, when you watch the episodes, when you watch the shows that take place after this series, you can kind of see that. And so you can always kind of not predict what happens in BFDIA episodes, but it makes sense how certain characters do interact with each other. And you kind of go, well, I know this because this happened in Teapot or this happened in BFB, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's essentially the challenge is always going to be something with Leafy. But the one that actually does come through is claim the most territory.
I've got a stash of friendship flags. Take me to a travel destination, and if I like my time there, I'll plant a flag under your name. When I run out of flags, whoever has the most flags wins the challenge.
Wait, is this just your excuse to travel with friends?
No, that's just a side effect.
So that's just clearly an excuse for Leafy to, for the players to have to hang out with Leafy and take her to places and impress her and be nice to her too, because she's not going to give you a friendship flag if you're not nice to her. So yeah, I mean, and few previous episodes as well, we've seen Leafy trying to get back in with the former contestants as well. She was trying to help them all out in some of the challenges, and she was trying to give people an advantage by maybe helping them from the background, but most of them were just like, no, go away. I don't like you. So, this is her way of going, well, now you have to do things with me. Aha! Leafy. Leafy. So, the challenge begins, and the players all running in circles, trying to form alliances. This is always a fun time. This is just basically making fun of the whole team name trope, which, I mean, it's been around for so long anyway, and it's always a joke now. Any new object show that pops up seems to make fun themselves of the team name part of things and the alliances, but this was just top notch, this.
Maybe we should form the secret underdog alliance then.
I like the sound of that.
I don't. Needle, let's form a top dog alliance to make sure the underdogs don't gang up on us.
Good idea, but I can't rely on just one ally. Tennis ball! Remember our deal from last episode?
Yes?
I've decided, as part of our deal, you must not harm me in any way this episode.
Okay.
Yes! I've still got the contract!
Needle's already defecting from the top dogs. Book, we gotta form a non-defector alliance.
Okay, but Needle's my friend too. And Needle, we're still Free Smart Final Four friendos, right?
For real?
Free Smart is still too powerful. Coiny, only by allying as the boys can we take down FSFFF.
No.
Aww.
Okay, fine. I'll join the boys.
Yay!
Wow, it's so nice to see you all working together.
But regardless of the bajillion team names and miniature, the super brief teams that formed here, Needle comes out and says, I want to win immunity for myself, which, she's been saying that for a few episodes now, that she's like, she doesn't want to be tied down to a specific team. It's like she's been connected with teams before, and she's like, I'm done. This is it. I'm in this for me. I want to win this because I know I can win this. And you know what? More power to you, Needle. I honestly, a little aside here before we go back to the episode, I'm actually a big fan of all of the characters that are left. All of the players that are left in BFDIA, I like all of them. I mean, there's not many characters I haven't liked, to be honest, in Object Shows. But, these are some of my upper echelon characters. I think, I'm sad to say, but TB's probably at the bottom. But that's more down to his actions over the last couple of episodes, to be honest. Buck is my favorite of the people who are left. It would be Buck, Needle, Coiny, and TB. If I had to put them in order. I am a big Buck fan. So, we'll see how this goes. Let's go through the challenge some more, though, shall we? So then they do the usual thing they do with tour episodes. There's lots of callbacks to previous episodes. They pop over to the Evil Forest. Buck takes Leafy to watch the Goiki Orchestra play. And there's a lovely smaller capital S plastic moment, which is like memories for the people who have been fans for way longer than I have. I know of it just because, I dived all in on this stuff now. And then while they cross the now repaired Goiki Highway, so the WWF did finish it off, it's discovered that there's a mysteriously shaped hole, shaped like a former contestant. I wonder who it could be.
Let's do this!
Get in the hole.
Yes, it's Woody. And you know what people have been saying for ages? Well, I don't know which people or who I'm talking about, but how did Woody end up coming? What happened? When did Woody get recovered? Here it is. This is where it happens. They recover Woody and throw him straight into the bloody hole just so they can use him to cross the bridge with. So not exactly a big, huge, triumphant return for our poor little Woody, but very important plot point throughout the episode. You'll see. TB then kicks Needle, Buck, and Coiny out of the car that he built, and takes Leafy to Yoil City, but she's not super impressed because she's been living there for years anyway. What's the big deal? She's seen everything to be seen in that place, right? Well, until TB takes her to one specific place that she actually really likes. But when she plants the flag there for TB, we start seeing the consequences of the flags being slammed into the ground.
Isn't it so lovely?
You're right. This is absolutely pleasant. TB gets his first friendship flag.
Huh?
Yes, we have ominous cracks appearing. Oh no. So you know where this is going to keep going throughout the episode, right? You know, that's the build-up. That's how this is all going to keep going through. So we cut over to Pin, who's writing in her diary, trying to get some privacy. But GB saw they were trying to use the HRBPC to recover Bommy, who died in the intro sequence, and the HRBC got pulled over so they could recover Woody there, and they all got bashed in different directions. Well, sorry, Nickel got bashed in a different direction. The other ones all got flung in the same direction. So GB lands in Pin's lap and looks at what Pin wrote. And then Yellowface also lands and reads the page super loudly. Pin oozes on pig, yum! Can't do Yellowface voice at all. But then we cut to Ruby, who's watching various other characters. Basically, the WTF is that all the ones who were formerly hosting BFDIA episodes, caught in a tornado. I don't know. But Ruby hears Yellowface's voice and decides that, hey, Pin's nearby. Pin can help. I mean, probably some other people that could have helped, but she decides that Pin's the right choice. Then we cut again. This is what I mean. The episode's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's really, your head's spinning by the end of it because there's so much transitions. There's so many transitions in this one. We cut to TB, who's driving Leafy somewhere new, and Needle gives up hope on catching them because, you know, TB's got a car and they don't. But Buck fantastically reveals that she is Leafy's diary because why not?
I am Leafy's diary, so I can find out exactly where she's going.
Looks like she's going to the junkyard with that annoying ball thing. Let's chase after them.
How many things is Buck? Buck is practically everything. Buck seems to be whatever she needs to be at any specific time, which I find hilarious. So anyway, we know where they're going now, so we cut to the junkyard, and that's where Nickel got flung to when the HBRC smashed into him. And then as TB and Leafy pull into the junkyard, we see Coiny underneath the car. He's doing the old bloody sneaky under the car thing, and he starts manipulating the car and sabotaging the direction that TB's driving in. So then Leafy starts getting car sick. But onions reduce nausea! And TB gets another flag for stopping Leafy from being car sick. Well, anyway, that gets driven straight through Nickel, who, by the way, landed on the crusher in the junkyard. So now Nickel has a circular hole. Fantastic. Nickel is just acquiring all of the holes. Coiny then forces TB to crash the car into the junkyard fence. Another sneaky little ploy by Coiny, because Coiny and Leafy can just slide through the slats of the fence. TB just bounces off it. And that means he's now stuck in there. So now that Coiny's got Leafy to himself, he zooms over to the desert to get her warmed up because she's feeling a wee bit cold, but then she catches on fire. So Needle grabs her and says, we need to cool her off. The camera pans to a nearby frozen wasteland. It's literally half desert, half frozen wasteland. And he's like, was that always there? I just love how ridiculous it is. I honestly do. It's just, nope, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but it's brilliant. And then so Needle takes Leafy there, but then she freezes. So then Coiny, you know what's coming, right? Coiny takes the desert, she catches on fire. Needle takes her back to the frozen wasteland, she freezes again. Buck comes in with a fantastic idea.
Why not just put Leafy in the middle?
Ah.
How about this?
This is the perfect temperature. So perfect. All three of you get a friendship. Wait a second. I'm feeling nauseous now. Oh.
Onions reduce nausea.
Wow. No nausea? This is the perfect getaway experience. Tennis Ball gets a friendship flag.
Okay, so it didn't end up being a fantastic idea, but I'm living for the from Buck. That was one of my moments of the episode for sure. Then we go back to the tornado again, and Ruby has managed to bring Pin. Well, she actually just grabs Pin and just drags her over there, and then decides she's gonna just go for it and try and help her friends. And Ruby gets sucked into the tornado as well. And Pin's idea is to spin a drill backwards and to try and reverse the tornado's effects. So spin the other way to what the tornado is, and that would maybe suck the tornado's power away from it. But it doesn't. The drill just gets pulled off Pin. She loses the drill. And the drill just goes pew straight through the tornado. Kills Fries. Sorry, buddy. And then it just shoots out the tornado. Ice Cube suggests an idea to Pin, but Pin is still upset about something. Icy thinks it's about making her lose her limbs and face, but no, it's because Icy didn't want to swing with her. Yeah, Pin is still upset about that whole scenario, but Icy refuses to apologize for that. So Pin uses a rocket to boost out the tornado and just leaves everyone else still in there. Yep. And then Leafy and Buck turn up to where the tornado is. Leafy refuses to help Icy, as Icy doesn't admit to being her friend. Leafy still hasn't forgiven Gelatin either for killing her previously. The callbacks keep on coming. This episode's full of them. Coiny then takes Leafy to the mall, where Leafy plays on a claw machine game, wins a notice, telling her she's on death row. Now, a couple of interesting things with this one, because the methods of death spell out BFDI. Very fun. It's very fun. Not a super massive Easter egg, but pretty fun regardless. And the whole thing about not choosing, if you haven't chosen anything in 15 minutes, you know the drill. That's going to come back later on. I'm probably giving the ending away now, but whatever. Then we have a montage of Leafy being taken to lots of different places from previous episodes. Again, just throwing as many callbacks as possible. But every time they go somewhere new, they walk over Woody, and Woody's just slowly but surely just getting pushed further through the hole. And now lava's coming up from beneath, because the cracks have been keeping going, and now basically the Earth's just opening up. It ain't looking too good for poor Woody, who just came back. The people stuck in the tornado then get saved when one of Leafy's friendship flags dissipates a cloud, and that cloud was apparently powering the tornado, and poof, the tornado's gone. Yay, that's them all saved. That wraps up that little plot point. Leafy then takes TB to see Dream Island. That's a nice little fun moment. That also says, though, at this point, that Dream Island isn't underground and destroyed yet, like we did see in Teapot. So it's like, Dream Island is still somewhere, and Leafy still can just go to it whenever she wants. Obviously, it's not much fun on your own. I suppose that's probably why she ain't bothering with it. Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? She went to all that effort to steal it in this fit of just miniature anger moment, and now she's just trying to just have friends. After much more running around, TB asks if they know when the challenge will end. When he finds out he's ahead, of course, and we find out that Buck is in last place. By a lot, by the way. Buck is way behind. So, Buck, being Leafy's diary, does reveal that Leafy's plan is to make the challenge last forever. Because, of course, that was the plan. There's no way Leafy wanted this challenge to ever be done. She just wants to hang out with everybody all the time and make them hang out with her because they don't want to hang out with her willingly. So if you can't make people hang out with you willingly, you force them to do it, I guess. That's the way to do it. Coiny and Needle refuse to help end the challenge because they're all in on it. Needle wants to win this for herself. Coiny, well, he sabotaged his bestest friend to stay in the competition, and his competitive streak is really shining bright now. So they're both like, I don't care, we can plant 1,000,000 flags. So they leave. But Buck does agree to help.
Buck, we need to end this challenge now!
Yeah, if we don't end it soon, then this challenge will go on forever.
And also, if it ends now, I'll win.
Whatever, I'm used to losing. I just don't want Leafy to get away with this.
I just want to say as well that it's really sad that Buck's just accepting defeat at this point. Just like, whatever, I know I'm not going to win, so I may as well help you stop the challenge. Just to end the pain, I suppose. Sigh. Anyway, TB and Buck's plan is to destroy the flags, but they really struggle to do so because they're pretty sturdy. But then Buck remembers there's a crusher at the junkyard, so they go grab the Crusher. That also involves walking over Woody again, twice, and pushing him further through the hole. And then Pin pops up and she wants to hang out. But she is shunned by both TB and Buck. Well, more TB shuns her more than Buck does. TB's pretty harsh, actually. And Buck just says, look, we just need to end the challenge or we'll never get out of here. And, you know, Pin is upset about being shunned and I end the challenge, sort of things about end. Curious thoughts about the word ending things. So curious. Anyway, TB and Buck then save Nickel from the Crusher when they realize he's stuck in there and recruit him to help destroy the flags. So, extra hands on deck there. Leafy appears. Leafy does an evil Leafy moment. She literally goes, poof, she's just there. And accuse them of trying to ruin the challenge. But they manage to convince her otherwise, I think. It's hard to tell with Leafy, to be honest. But she seemed pretty convinced. But then we see the WTFers going to visit Dream Island again to see Pin's ooze on pig yum. Or poopy, if you take the first letter of every word.
Wow, so this is the pig, and this is Pin's ooze on pig yum.
That's so embarrassing. Perhaps we can extract the ooze to produce an embarrassment serum. You talk too much, bozo.
Bossy.
But
And this is just a really fun moment with the WTFers, to be honest. It's just like, it's that little goofy side story going on. But the whole episode feels like a goofy side story, to be honest. Because the whole episode is not even about the challenge, really. It's purely about all of the callbacks, and it's purely about Leafy trying to get those friends back. It's about Pin trying to figure out what to do with herself now she's out of the competition. It's like the challenge is kind of backseat in this episode, which is really interesting. Speaking of Pin as well, though, she does appear and tries to end the game by destroying Dream Island again. Oh no, Pin, what are you doing?
I'm the hero of this season. I brought this dream island into this world so I can take it out. But Pin, if you destroy this island, the entire season is over. All the better. WTFers, stop her. Stop. Not the chicken. Cells are down. We have 6 units left.
Not the allergic horse.
Blob down. We have 5 units left.
After trying to destroy all of Dream Island again, though, Woody falls into the pit of lava. It's been coming. The whole episode has been building up to this specific moment. And for the longest time, I swear, they only brought Woody back to kill him off at the end like this. No, it doesn't happen. We get a really odd, surprising twist that I wasn't expecting at all.
I cannot let Woody suffer such a tragic fate. I choose to stay.
Well, I choose to cross.
Immediately, Pin.
Not the pig yum, specifically with Pin's ooze on it.
Pin, somehow your atrocities are so bad, you united me and my mortal enemy.
Hey! This season was supposed to be all about me. So if I can't have the island, no one can. I swear to Pin Factory, there is nobody in this entire cast who is as unfairly hated and forgotten as me.
Was that? That was Woody.
Who?
What?
When?
Where?
Why is he screaming?
We literally don't care.
Useless!
I sure hope he's plummeting to his doom. Feels fitting, you know.
Well, maybe he doesn't deserve to burn to death. He was the least insulting member of the Cherries, at least to me. Oh, I'll save you, Woody.
So, did we save Dream Island?
Yes.
I'm so glad the pig yum is safe.
Pin, what are you doing?
No time to talk.
Pin? What are you doing? That's dangerous.
I have to save him!
Save who?
This whole time, I was so focused on making myself the main character. But then, after some careful self-reflection, I realized this season really isn't about me. I need to save the real main character of BFDIA. And this whole time, that person has been Woody!
Woody? I mean, if you say so.
I'm coming for you, Woody!
lead, Pin. You're on your own now.
Yeah!
She did it! Woody saved! Moment of silence for Pin.
Now, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't expecting this, but I think it felt like the motivations that Pin had here and the sudden change of heart, they felt like came out the blue a little bit, but I don't know. It does work, but I just wasn't expecting it. But it's going to build up to something else, I'm sure. Because we know that Pin's attitude is slightly different later down the line. So this could be the start of that. But after that happens, Leafy catches Buck, TB, and Nickel destroying the flags. Takes the last one that's left and says that it's worth 10 points. So that means because TB wasn't super duper far ahead in the points, anybody could still win. Except Buck. But Buck is, as Leafy says, a lost cause. Ow, Leafy. Big ow. So Coiny, Needle, and TB are like, all right, cool, let's do this. So they fight to win the last point. Buck just tags along because she says she's got nothing better to do. Another poor, sad Buck moment. But Needle's plan is to take Leafy to the core of the earth now that there's a big crack in there. And after feeding Leafy a yellowberry to turn her metal so she doesn't burn up because it's obviously super hot down there, Coiny dives down first. Coiny feeds Leafy the yellowberry, then dives down with Leafy, and then Needle stops TB from joining in because Needle's like, hey, you are meant to make sure I win this challenge or not impede me at the very least. So he's like, we have the okay moment from TB. You guys always have one of those. So then Needle then dives in after Coiny, and then there's this big massive thing where they keep fighting over who gets Leafy down there first, and does that culminate in something?
Give her here, Needle. Remember, a win for me is a win for all of Wobuds. We gotta keep the buds alive.
I am not a Wobuncher!
Harsh, Needle.
A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
This should hit her just about right.
Tennis ball, what do you think you're doing?
I'm playing the game.
Did you already forget about your deal with Needle? How could you be so quick to drill her when she graciously gave you immunity?
What?
Yeah! Tennis ball, you really are the villain. Needle, I'll save you.
We're here, Leafy. Enjoying your stay at Earth's core?
Hooray! I just saw you sabotage your closest ally, but I'm having a wonderful time. Needle, that final friendship flag and victory is yours. I want to go in.
A bit harder! I need immunity!
Ouch! I'll block it, Needle.
What are you doing here? Why are you on fire?
Tennis ball broke the pact. Watch out! What happened?
What was that? Tennis ball!
What? I didn't break the pact now, did I?
I can still get the flag!
But can you do it in the dark, though?
Oh, what an ending, though. After just the silliness back and forth, that ending was just wow. TB broke the pact, broke the agreement. Buck gets demolished again, trying to save Needle. Even when she dived, I'm like, Buck. My MVP every episode, even if she never seems to be able to focus on winning a challenge. She's so nice, though. But yes, you know the drill. That's what killed Leafy. So there you go. That's what that death row thing was all about. The coiny in the lava reaching out to Pin's body. There was so much. There was so much there, and TB just going full on villain. What an interesting turn of events. Obviously, TB's got immunity, so TB is going to make it to the final 3 for sure. And we've got Buck, Coiny, and Needle up for elimination. This is a rough one because, like I say, I do like all 4 of these remaining players. TB's obviously out of the picture this time, so I probably would have voted for TB to be out, but he is through. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this final 3 either way. So Buck, Coiny, Needle. Don't know what to say. Don't know who to predict on that one. My gut is saying Needle might go out. I don't know. Possibly for the Not a War Buncher line. I don't know. I feel like it could also be Coiny, though, because people might be like, well, Coiny needs to help Pin. And Coiny should focus on Pin, not the competition now. So I don't know. And I don't check this stuff because I know there's methods you could check the likes and dislikes on those videos and stuff to see. But I'm not doing it. I am not. I refuse. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil that kind of stuff for myself. But it was such a good episode. It was really good. But there was a lot there. There was a lot to go through. And that was like, I could have talked even more about it because there was so much. There was lots of other little things. But I put in what I think were the most pertinent things that happened in the episode. Again, just kudos to Jack and Jellyfy and the team because they really do go all out on this stuff. And like, I swear their animation just gets better and better every time a new episode comes out. So much fun stuff going on in this one. Absolutely wonderful to see Woody back and not just get killed off as a joke because if they'd done it, I'd have been like, oh, fair play. They just did that for the laughs, I guess. But hey, good on them for keeping Woody ticking. It'll be interesting to see what happens because he's probably going to be hanging around in the background now for the rest of it. And yeah, BFDIA 23 will be down to the final 3. BFDIA is going to be coming to an end. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. We know it is. By the end of the year, I reckon. I reckon we could be seeing the end of BFDIA by the turn of the year. End of this year, turn of next year. If the schedule keeps on going the way it's going, because Teapot 20 is probably going to be next. There's going to be a lot to unpack in that one when it comes out. But yeah, anyway, there you go. There's the BFDIA 22 update. Oh my word, if you managed to make it through all of that waffle, I applaud you. Because I don't know if I could even make it through all of that waffle from my mouth. Okay, we got 2 updates from Krispifishh as well over the last couple of weeks. Some character concept art, which is making me really wonder how this show's going to go, because a lot of the teaser videos that Crispy's dropped and stuff have got like characters, like object characters, but also like humanoid, actual human style characters. So it's like, I don't know if these are humans that have been turned into objects. I don't know if it's humans that can change into objects and vice versa. I don't know if there's just humanoid versions of them to represent their inner monologues, or if they're object forms of their inner monologues. I don't know. I don't want to keep... there's so many theories running through my brain here, but we did get 2 character designs. We got Metronome and we got Bennett. I love Bennett so much. Look at Bennett. Not taking anything away from Metronome, by the way, but look at Bennett. I love it. I love both of their styles, both of their designs. Oh, Ampersand is going to be something else. I just feel it in my bones. But we did get these little drops of art here. Wonderful stuff. Absolutely super intrigued. I just love the backgrounds as well. There's just so much fun going on here. Oh, Ampersand. Oh, Krispifishh, come on. Let's get this going. Oh, boy. mationsBOMB also dropped news about Orbit 2. Now, we did talk about Orbit 2 at the front end of the month, because I think, Mations originally said that Orbit 2 was going to be out earlier this month. Obviously, things happened, some delays, other things have happened. You know, who knows? Real life gets in the way. Totally understandable. Whatever the reason, we do have a release date for Orbit 2 now. And it's August the 30th. That's today. So this Orbit 2 could already be out by the time this video gets released. Or it could be out just after this video gets released. Either way, keep an eye on that subscription feed, provided you subscribe to mationsBOMB. And if you're not, I don't know why you're not, because Orbit 1 was really good. But yeah, Orbit 2 is coming. Very interesting little teaser image as well here, with Sketchy just walking away from the rest of the group. Interesting. I don't know if that's a hint as to who's going to go. That would be too obvious. I was going to say, I don't know if that's a hint as to who's going to go out. I was like, maybe that is a bit too obvious. I don't want any of them to go out. I like all of them. But there's not really many in this one. There's only the 5 of them. So I wonder if Orbit's going to be like kind of a short form series, where there might only be 5 or 6 episodes perhaps. Don't know what mationsBOMB's plans are. Maybe there's not going to be elimination every episode. Maybe there's just going to be some story episodes to make it keep going longer. Or maybe we get some other characters appear, because that's what Tripwire did with Hurrick bringing in the fake contestants. So who knows? Again, I don't like to try and predict too many things or theorize too much on things. I just like to enjoy things and talk about the things I enjoy and hope that other people go and enjoy them too. So Orbit 2 will be out today. Could already be out. Might be out super soon. Don't know. Super soon after the video comes out. This video, I mean. My video. This video that you're watching now. Either way, it's going to be out sometime. Yeah. Okay, so the other episode that dropped while we were away on holiday is Sacrificially Solitary 4 from maukitt. I get to see my 2 favorites again. Clyde and Cleo. Yes. I was excited for this. I was so excited for this. I was so ready for this. And it did not disappoint. But before we actually start talking about the episode, spoiler warning. Got to remember to do that every time, because if you haven't watched Sacrificially Solitary 4 yet, then I don't want to ruin any of it for you. So just tootle on to the next chapter for now. But once you do watch it, tootle on back so you can hear my thoughts on it. I should say that all the time, actually, when I do the spoiler stuff, shouldn't I? Anyway, let's dive in, shall we? So, at the start of the episode, we are introduced to 2 new characters that are kind of hinted that they appeared at the end of episode 3 there. An ice cream sandwich, I believe, and a photograph. They're just so hyped to see some more objects around. And we also discover, by the way, at this point in the story, that Clyde and Cleo have been stuck here for 3 days, while the ice cream sandwich character and the photograph have been there for 2 years. Because Clyde and Cleo are like, why don't you call us newbies? We've been here for a while. Yeah, 3 days, nothing compared to how long these 2 have been here. The ice cream sandwich character mentions the god, which I think is going to be kind of an important plot point somewhere down the line. I don't think you throw that out there without it being kind of important, right? The only thing we learn about this god is that they're a she, and the god of the place, the god of this place. Not God, just a god. Very vague, kind of concerning, but we don't really dive too much into it at this point. So anyway, these 2 new characters mentioned they have a base across the river. It's the same river that we saw Clyde and Cleo messing about in over the last couple of episodes. And then they have a little chat about whether to go with them or not. Cleo then manages to convince Clyde by saying, well, you know, if we go with these 2, then you don't have to deal with just my nonsense all the time.
Well, if you don't trust me, why bother sticking around?
Are you an idiot?
Am I?
I think you are.
Can't you answer the question?
Sure. It's because I know you're too dumb to do anything sketch.
Would you say you stand by that point?
I guess.
So, you trust me?
Nope.
That's basically what you just said.
Nope.
Can't even deny it.
Nope.
Can't just keep saying nope.
Nope. Wait, no. Yes, I can.
Whatever. Anyway, I think it'd be nice to have some company. And you wouldn't have to deal with my blabbering all the time. Plus, it would probably be safer
You
if...
said I wouldn't have to deal with you anymore?
Yeah?
You know what? Now that I think about it, an alliance would be an incredible choice.
Good grief.
I've got to say, I just love the way these two bounce off each other. I know I've said it before. I said it when I first talked about the show itself. I love the way these two just... Do you know what they give? Do you know what vibes they give me? They give me Mordecai and Rigby from Regular Show vibes. That's what they give me. That's it. Even the color schemes aren't too wildly different. Holy heck. It's just the color schemes are the opposite. The tall one in Regular Show is blue and the short one's like kind of a brownish color. That's it. I've been trying to think in my head who they remind me of. Those two. Oh, I just love them. No, they complement each other so well, and the voice talent does such a good job with them both. Absolutely adore them. Sorry, just had to get out of there before we continue with the discussion of the episode. Anyway, they start walking and they do introductions.
Hey! Come to think of it, I don't think I ever got your guys' names.
I'm Cleo.
Cleo! I'm Cleo, and that's... Clyde. How about you?
Cool! I'm Callie, and that's Makimo!
I'm Makimo.
Yeah!
Oh my god! Quit yelling!
Talk about buzzkill!
No kidding.
I know she's a lot. You get used to it.
I truly won't.
You will. She's one of the most well-natured people you'll meet.
I'd rather plug my ears for the next decade than to listen to her voice again to test that.
So yes, we learned that the ice cream sandwich is called Makimo and the photograph is called Callie. Gotta say, Callie, and again, I don't want to... sometimes it does feel a bit like making comparisons can be really hit and miss sometimes, because sometimes it creates like, I didn't mean for them to be like that. I just made them this way. That wasn't my intention, right? But sometimes I just, in my brain, I just make these connections and I just can't help but just say it, right? Callie has, to me, a little bit of bottle from Battle for Dream Island energy. I just don't know. It's the same kind of bouncy voice and the same kind of carefree attitude. It just, that's what I'm reminded of. But I do feel like Cleo and Callie complement each other's goofy personalities, while Clyde and Makimo are a little bit more reserved kind of personalities. Clyde's obviously a little bit more abrasive, but they're definitely more kind of withdrawn a little bit. So it's kind of interesting because you've got these two new characters, but they are kind of like they each kind of bounce off each other's. The old characters and the new characters bounce off each other well, because two of them and the other two are kind of similar personality-wise, which is, I think, is really interesting. I think it'll make a really cool dynamic either way going forwards now. But anyway, Cleo asks Callie what it's been like stuck in this place for so long, and Callie's like, "That's a really personal question." Apparently, she likes that though. She likes people who are very upfront, apparently. Cleo makes a very specific point to say that Clyde hates that. So there you go. Cleo's just trying to stick the knife in there. They do make it to the base, which Makimo notes was designed by Callie. So Callie's there's a little bit of a genius going on over here. Cleo and Clyde then confirm some information that we kind of, in episode 1, there was some stuff that kind of seemed like it was obvious, but we did get confirmation now that Clyde and Cleo are college students, specifically archaeology students, which is why they were doing research on the statue that teleported them to this place to begin with. I assume it was the statue that did it, because it was a very creepy looking statue. Why wouldn't it be the statue's fault? Then Clyde asks Makimo about how he got there, and then he has a flashback. We see like a kind of a globe character, and the statue from episode 1 that Cleo and Clyde were researching. Why don't I show you?
I got...
So yeah, curious. The statue is obviously a very important factor here, and I wonder if the statue is what the god looks like. You know? Maybe the statue is the god. Don't know. But Macklemore, interestingly, just says he got lost, and that's the end of the discussion, you know? I mean, Clyde wants to push more on it, but then Clyde interrupts, and then Cleo and Clyde just have another bickering contest. But then Callie's like, you know what? I know what's going to fix this.
You know what they need?
What?
Stickers.
Genius.
Wait, I'm not following. What are you guys doing?
Oh no. No! No! This sucks.
You guys look so happy now.
I'm not.
I'm pretty happy.
Shut up, Cleo!
I've got to say that is one of the cutest moments I've ever seen. Cleo is so unbelievably happy to have those stickers. Cleo deserves all of the stickers. And you know what? Clyde also deserves all of the stickers. Chin up, Clyde. Don't you worry about the thing. You'll get out of this place. I mean, at this point, I think you prefer to get out of there without Cleo. But, I mean, deep down, I'm pretty sure you want Cleo to get out there with you, okay? And I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly confident. Anyway, that was the end of the episode. There we go. So we got 2 new characters, a little bit more backstory, a little bit more lore, a lot more fun moments and fun facial expressions. The facial expressions in this show I live for. They're so good, and the sound effects that get used, it's so good. Maukitt and the team absolutely crushed it. Again, Sacrificially Solitary 4, Wide-Eyed Strangers, absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. All right, let's hop on over to some news from Sacri now, shall we? And boom, animation's begun for Bean Show episode 8. Oh, it is coming. It is happening. And another ridiculously goofy, ridiculous image to go along with the information. Animation begun, aiming for an early September release, but it could come out in late August. No exact date, because this is a 22-minute episode, so yeah, a little bit on the longer side. So this could be something else I have to get into another episode shortly. So things are starting to come trundling through now, right? Now that means that it's time for the 9. We've got Orbit 2. Now we've got Bean Show episode 8. Object Invasion 6. And we're not done yet. We ain't done yet. You just wait. Also, they're adding lore to Bean Show. I don't know. I feel like there's already lore. You can't fool me, Sacri. You can't fool me. There's been lore. There's already been lore. You can't tell me there hasn't been. Don't you try and pull that on me. Sacri also posted this, which I think is actually super important little thing to talk about. I'm just in my own little corner working on my things. I have fun making things that I personally enjoy, even if others don't like it. That's okay. It is. Now, I don't know. And again, drawing conclusions and just like assuming things. I'm just saying I could be 100% wrong. And I don't like making leaps too often here. Don't know if Sacri's talking about Give Dan a Gift, which we talked about in a previous episode. But I'm really enjoying Give Dan a Gift. Or it could just be Sacri saying, I'm just doing this thing because I want to do it. And it might not be even anything we even get to see. It could just be Sacri just going, I'm just going to do this little drawing and that's just for me. But regardless of what it is, this is super important and true, though. It's like, obviously, if you're creating things, making things for people to imbibe in some way or another, you want to do things that people do enjoy. But at the end of the day, you have to enjoy doing it too. If you're doing something and you're not enjoying doing it, is it really worth it? Is it really worth the effort? Because you've really got to think about it. Like, I really enjoy doing this. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to sit here and talk for a ridiculous amount of time about this stuff, and then it's a lot of work to go in and do the editing after the fact as well, because I have to pop a lot of things in and do this and do that and shift this around and put this picture in and put this clip in. But I enjoy doing it because I enjoy all of the stuff I'm talking about and all of the people who are making the stuff I'm talking about. And I honestly have felt so rejuvenated since starting this series that I've found something I really enjoy, and it's made me realize that I maybe don't enjoy doing some other things as much as I thought I did. I'm not going into specifics here yet, and I'm not going to until I make any other decisions on things, but I enjoy this so much. And everybody has been so nice. The OSC has been mostly so nice. And it's just making me want to do more and keep doing more and keep reaching out and meeting new people and watching new shows. But anyway, sorry, I went on a bit of a tangent there. What Sacri says is important. You've got to enjoy what you make if you make things. Because if you don't enjoy making it, then eventually you're just going to just burn out. And you're just not going to enjoy it and you're just going to totally stop doing something. Whereas, you've got to realize it before it gets to that point, you know? That's what, it's hard. But you've got to do it. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. You've got to pull the plug on things if you're really, really tumbling. Don't keep doing it. Just stop, okay? Just stop. All right, let's do some quick snailvine updates. And this is purely about merch. I did mention snailvine merch a couple of times. That store has closed now. I hope some people managed to go and grab some stuff before the store closed, because I sure did. But I did get one freebie in the package. Anyway, the parcel arrived. The merch parcel arrived while we were away. And look at all of this beautiful stuff. Look at this. So there's the print there on the top left. The little cardboard, the sheet of cardboard that was in there to protect everything from being bent in the envelope. With the little doodle on it. The stickers. The thank you note, which is super sweet. Those awesome bookmarks. And that doodle on the yellow page is what the stickers came in, like the little plastic package, and the yellow doodle was kind of like to keep all the stickers kind of secure. Absolutely wonderful. This wasn't the only thing. Well, also, by the way, I got like 3 sets of those stickers in that pack. I got an extra one of the bookmarks, and also got this fish with unnecessary legs sticker collection as well. Which, by the way, my kiddo stole immediately. Mostly because of the Yuri fish. So anyway, I just wanted to show that because it was really fun and super sweet of Snailvine to stick some extra stuff in there. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to say it again. If you haven't checked out Lunchbox Kids yet, oh my word, you check it out. You've got to watch it. You've got to watch it. It's one of the cutest shows out there. It's adorable. Totally worth your time. Please go check it out. And Snailvine is an absolute legend. And the entire team. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Okay, let's move over to Wuggolo now. Shall we? Yes, let's move over to Wuggolo. So we had all these little teaser things going on that we were talking about. There was the game of Hangman. There was this... profile pictures also changed, by the way, on Wuggolo's channel. That seems to be like maybe the host of this new show. We did get some more teasers. We got this. Grassy smooching on a pillow. Interesting. We also got this. Look at the shiny logo. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, lovely. Anyway, we did finally get the reveal. And we got ourselves the intro sequence. So yes, Wuggolo does have another new show coming out, and it's called King of Hearts. Now, I've been putting a few things together here and been checking out some of the discussions that have been going on. There was a post where somebody was complaining about ships in object shows, and Wuggolo was like, "Oh, they better not watch my new show." And it's called King of Hearts. And then somebody else was joking about it being a Love Island parody. And Wuggolo's like, that wasn't actually my inspiration, but you're not too far off. Excuse me? Is this like the Bachelor/Bachelorette of object shows? I would actually find that really hilarious. And I've said this before, I am a big fan of not ship specifically, but seeing don't mind seeing a bit of romance in object shows. You know, I'm not averse to that at all. You know, I'm a big Paragui fan. I love Paragui, and Chalky and Broom are from excellent entities. And well, there's others. They were just the first two that came to mind. The two gay ones for some reason. Don't know why. But yeah, so it seems like it's going to be really interesting. And we also did. I didn't see if this game of Hangman ever did get finished, by the way. But now we know what the Hangman answer was. It was King of Hearts. There we go. So that does give us the answer to that as well. That's what Wuggolo was trying to get at. So it looks very interesting. Going to see how it goes. Oh, and guess when it's out, by the way? September the 5th. Yes, the same day that Object Invasion 6 comes out. Wuggolo and Fusion usually do this lockvasion thing. This isn't Lockdown or Lockout, though. It's King of Hearts. So I've been calling it Heartvasion. I don't know if that'll take off or not, but go and spread the word. Tell everybody that Heartvasion is coming on the 5th of September. Also, the paint palette plush on the 31st of August, which is... Oh, yeah, that is tomorrow. We already talked about that, didn't we? Fantastic. More merchandise I want to add to the list. Curse you, object shows! Anyway, I'm very excited to see what King of Hearts is like. It might be a nice little palette cleanser after Object Invasion 6, because that first Battle Royale episode was a little bit rough on the old tum-tum and the old emotions, so maybe King of Hearts will be something a bit more light-hearted. One can but hope. Alright, just want to start and wrap things up now with a little bit of an announcement for September. But we'll start off first by building up to it. So, Animation Epic posted a short while we were away, and it was specifically talking about LGBTQIA plus representation in Inanimate Insanity. And it was just a really nice clip, and it was just talking about, hey, we just wanted to make it, we just want to see whatever you see in real life in the show, right? And like they've always championed that kind of stuff. They're not the only show to do it, we know. There's lots of other LGBTQIA plus content in shows, and lots of LGBTQIA plus creators. There's lots out there. There's a whole bunch of them, and the ones I know are super amazing. I love all of them to pieces. And so I just posted a comment on there, and I've told this story before. When me and my kiddo were watching Inanimate Insanity, when we were watching season 3, and there was the story about Bot, who was originally created by Fan and Test Tube to be just a new Bo, because Bo was a character who died. They wanted to build a new Bo, so they built a robot, designed it to be like Bo. Then this character eventually found out that they weren't Bo, they were a robot, they weren't who they were made to be. And there's this whole story about them discovering themselves. So they have a redesign. They get rid of all the Bo kind of style to them, and then they pick themselves a new name. They also realize that they feel more comfortable being a they/them, and that resonated with my kiddo, and that encouraged my kiddo to tell us that they were non-binary. And it's just such a beautiful thing to me that something like that could help other people figure themselves out. There's other characters in that show who've also helped people figure that kind of stuff out, Paintbrush being one of them, Paintbrush being a non-binary character. And I find that really heartwarming and lovely. So I posted that. Far and away, I've got to say, it's got a lot of positive reactions on it. But someone came strolling up, didn't they? And wrote this. Your kiddo needs mental help. Listen. Listen. Your comment saying that is more likely to make my kiddo need mental help than them figuring themselves out and who they are. This kind of thing has absolutely zero place anywhere, and not least in an Inanimate Insanity community discussion like that. I was taken aback. I didn't want to overreact to it, Thankfully, a couple of other people did respond and give this person a piece of their minds. So that felt good. The support was nice, and my, sorry, I'm just gonna let it get to me this much. But when it comes to my child, I would do anything for them. I love them to pieces. And I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. It's not my job to dictate who my kid should be. It's my job to nurture them, love and support them. And that's what I'm going to keep doing, regardless of what other people might think. But the ironic thing about this is this same person also wrote a comment on this specific short that says, I'm fine with LGBTQIA, but why OJ and paper? And there you have it. There you have it. They're another Paragui hater. But in this regard, they're a Paragui hater who is just flat out just homophobic. Because why else would you write your kid needs mental help on an uplifting post about somebody's kid helping to find who they are through an episode of the show? So yeah, this one I did have to respond to. Clearly not so fine with it in general, though, when you tell me my kid needs mental help for being non-binary. Not the kind of attitude we need around here. And I just left it there. This person hasn't responded. Hasn't responded to anybody who commented on this comment afterwards. Didn't respond to my comment. I feel like they're just trying to stir things up a bit. I don't know. But I will, like I said, defend my child to the ends of the earth. I was not letting this one go. Especially this comment. And I was like, no, you can't say you're fine with LGBTQ and II when you're not fine with LGBTQ in real life. I'm sorry. I'm not letting that one. I'm not letting that happen. There's no way. I'm not letting that one happen. So that was a interesting thing to run into, and it's so funny because Webbs actually did post this as well not too long ago. I think it's really important to understand for new gens that the OSC was once openly homo/transphobic. A decade ago, I was too woke just for being openly queer and including queer rep in my show. So when people say I'm too woke now, it means I'm doing something right, and I also live by those words. I'm too woke? Awesome. That's entirely my aim. That's entirely the point of my existence. Cool. That's not an insult. You take it and think it's going to hurt me? No. That is indeed 100% who I am and who I aim to be. So anyway, with all this in mind, I do have a point here. And the point is, from now through to the end of September, I am running a fundraiser on Tiltify for the Trevor Project. Right now, LGBTQIA plus people are going through so much. So I don't even need to say that. It's clear as day. But especially younger LGBTQIA plus people. It's just ridiculous. And I wanted to, after that little interaction, I wanted to do something. And the charity fundraiser is like, okay, this is something that can make me feel like I'm at least trying to help out a little bit here. And September is my kiddo's birthday month, so it's like I'm going to raise money for the Trevor Project kind of for their birthday. And also it's the Trevor Project's Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. And I know that the way things are going, that's a really important topic to talk about as well. I just want LGBTQIA plus people to have people like the Trevor Project to turn to when they feel like everything's impossible and they've got nowhere else to go. And they have also been getting a lot of nasty things thrown their way lately as well. I want us to put ourselves together and help these guys out. So this is the September plan. Going to raise money for the Trevor Project. I will be doing a special stream. I think it'll be on the 28th of September. I think that's a Sunday. I don't know what the plan for that stream is yet. I'll figure that out as September goes on. If any, and I'm not going to reach out to anybody because I'm too shy to do this. I'll do it in a video, but I won't reach out to people individually. I don't know why. I'm so scared to do it. But if any Object Show creators, crew, anybody who works on any shows wants to maybe pop onto that stream and hang out and chat about, it could be LGBTQ plus stuff. It could just be about the show you do work on. Maybe I'll put a little lineup of people together or something to chat to as the day goes on. Feel free to find me on Discord. My name's Mikey Bly there too, so it should be easy enough to find me. Or you can email me. My Gmail address is linked in my YouTube channel. And we'll sort some stuff out. Because it'd be fun to have some people on the stream to talk to about Object Show stuff, or like I say, the LGBTQIA plus stuff. So, like, I haven't got any concrete plans for that yet, but that's one of the things I'm going to be doing. There are donation rewards and stuff. Let me just bring that up. I have put that stuff together as well. Okay, there we go. There's the plans. If we get to $100, I've got some spicy cotton candy just sitting around in here waiting for me to eat it. That would probably be on the special charity stream. $250, I'll take a whipped cream pie to the face at an unknown time, probably during the charity stream, but I've already said to my wife, if we get to this one, I'm just going to get the pie prepared upstairs, and you just sneak down whenever you feel like it and get me. So that's for $250. Now, the reason there's no 500 is because this is something else I wanted to do. I'm going to personally do a donation match in this fundraiser up to $250. I honestly wish I could do more. I really do wish I could do more than that. But I will match up to $250. So if we get to that $250, I will put it up to $500 myself at that point. I will put $250 in there. If we don't get to $250 by the end of September, I'll just match whatever we're up to at that point. I will still match, like I say, up to $250. But if we get to $250 in the midst of everything, then I'll bump it up. It'll bump up to $500 straight away. So that's kind of the $500 too, because I'm putting it to $500. So that's why it goes $250, then $750. $750 is, I'll get my hair dyed. If you've been on this channel for a while, I have had dyed hair in the past. It's not a new thing to me, and I do have colors in mind already. But this would mean it would definitely happen, and I would definitely do it, and I am beholden to you for that. And the biggie, the biggest of the biggies, if we get to $1,000 for the Trevor Project in September, I will get an Object Show tattoo. Yes, that will be a thing that will happen. I haven't figured out how I'm going to pick what the tattoo will be yet. I might turn to you. There's some characters I already kind of wouldn't mind having. Maybe I do a poll. Maybe I just stick 5 or 6 characters down and say, right, which one should I be getting then? So, either way, that's for $1,000. Yes, I will permanently scar my body for LGBTQ plus people. 100%. Any day of the week, I will do that. Whether it's to get a tattoo or to put myself between them and somebody that's trying to hurt them. And you can bloody hold me to that too. This is a hill I will die on. I do not accept any intolerance towards LGBTQIA plus people. Not now, not ever. This is where Mikey stands. If anybody doesn't agree with me on that, then there's the door. Feel free to go. And I hope it hits you on the way out very hard. I am just like, it should be obvious anyway that I am pro-LGBTQIA+. I am in that community as well. So, yeah. This is it. This is where I stand. I want to make it clear, plain, simple, and obvious that this is where I stand. I also posted that, by the way, just to wrap up, I posted what that person said and stuff on Blue Sky, and I got a hideous comment on there too. Someone accusing me of all kinds of awful things that I'm not. But I don't care. I will fight for and defend this community until the end. And that's a damn guarantee. Right there. Okay. Gonna bring it back down a little bit. Let's turn this into a positive thing now. Like I say, fundraising for the Trevor Project. Please, if you can help. The campaign will be live as of the time this video goes up. I will put the link to that in the description as well. Please check that out if you can. I will be promoting it on Blue Sky as well, and I will be talking about it in other Object Show episodes I do, just to try and keep it ticking. And one of the off-the-cuff episodes I wanted to do, remember we did the If Pencil did a team with II characters video, and I want to do more of those. One was going to be an LGBTQIA plus specific one. So that's definitely going to happen in September at some point now. I'm going to put that together because it just seems like the time to do it now that I'm doing this charity thing. So, yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that in September as well. I hope you had a good August, everybody. And I hope September's a good one for you all. And I'm just going to wrap it up now because, yeah, I have definitely done my talking now. Thank you, everybody. All the Object Show creators, all the Object Show cast crew, all of the Object Show community fans. You're all super awesome. I love and appreciate all of you so much. Please take care of yourselves. And I'll see you whenever I see you. Which hand should I wave with? This one. Bye for now.